Beautiful afternoon here in Lagos. My name is Onyi Konsola Ojelade, bringing you the midday news on Nta Ch10. President Bola Tinubu has returned to Abuja after spending part of his annual holiday in France. The presidential airplane landed at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport at approximately 6:45 on Tuesday evening. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, led a delegation of government officials to receive the president on arrival. President Tinubu departed for France on September 4, 2025 to spend part of his annual leave. He was initially scheduled to divide the period between France and the United Kingdom, but eventually ended the vacation in France. While in Paris, the president held a private luncheon with his French counterpart, President Emmanuel Macron, at the Élysée Palace. Both leaders reportedly reviewed key areas of cooperation between Nigeria and France and agreed to deepen the partnership for mutual prosperity and global stability. A fire outbreak was battled at a 6-story building on Afriland Tower, Broad Street, Lagos Island. The call was received at 1:38 p.m. and fire crews from Ebute Elefun Fire Station and Zari Igomu Fire Station responded. The fire originated in the inverter room located in the basement of the building, while smoke had spread across multiple floors and engulfed the structure. Evacuation of occupants was done while firefighting operations concluded, dousing the earlier panic before the arrival of the first responders. The Coalition of Federal Pensioners of Nigeria has threatened a nationwide protest on October 6 if government fails to implement approved pension increments and palliatives. National chairman of the coalition, Mukaila Umbote, in a report, says government is expected to have settled the arrears and allowances by September ending. He recalled that President Bola Tinubu had approved 25 palliatives, but almost a year later, the payment is yet to be implemented. Other pensioners at the briefing lamented the hardship faced by retirees, with many unable to afford basic medications or meet daily needs. They appealed to the government to urgently address their plight to avert the planned protest. Now move to Lagos State, where Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu says Nigeria must treat Lagos as a pivotal leverage to unlock its full potential and secure a place among the world powers by 2030. The governor spoke at the first Distinguished Lecture of 2025, organized by the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs in Lagos. Joy Ken Abakoya reports.
Delivering a lecture titled Lagos and Nigeria 2030, Projections of a World Power, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu linked Lagos's 30-year development plan to President Bola Tinubu's trillion-dollar economic vision, describing the state as Nigeria's innovation and policy laboratory where key reforms are piloted for national adoption. He highlighted the development plan's 4 priorities: a strong economy, modern infrastructure, a people-focused city, and effective governance as pathways to transforming Lagos into Africa's model mega city and a global hub.
Under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, we are resetting the very foundation of our economy through policy, legislation, and diplomacy. As the march towards 2030 progresses, we must keep our eyes on the goal, mobilizing every energy, resource, and partnership, redoubling our efforts to ensure that the bold ambition of 2030 do not slip away.
The Director General of the Nigeria Institute of International Affairs, Professor Egosa Osagai, described Lagos as Africa's growth center and announced plans for a new Babajide Sanwo-Olu School of International Affairs at the institute.
We have defined the agenda for the world. The world is changing, as you all know, and Lagos has the anchor to drive Nigeria to take its rightful place in the evolving world that we are getting into.
We need everyone to join hands with his leadership. In joining hands with him, we are making sure that we win the race of the projections of a world power. The developments are clear. The rules are in our favor.
The lecture attracted diplomats, captains of industry, and civil society leaders who commended Lagos for maintaining security, driving innovation, and fostering international relevance. In Lagos, Joy Ken Abakboya, NTA News.
Lagos lawmakers have summoned the head of service of Lagos State over the continued trend of political appointees assuming office without the mandatory screening and confirmation by the House of Assembly. This followed a motion by the Deputy Chief Whip titled Need for Government Appointees to appear before the House for confirmation at a plenary in Lagos. Musa Toliet has the rest of the story.
Stems from sections 126 and 198 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, which clearly stipulates that certain public officers appointed by the executive must not assume office until they have been screened and confirmed by the legislature.
The constitutional duty of the House is to exercise oversight and ensure that only persons of integrity, competence, capability, and impeccable character are confirmed to hold such public offices.
Lawmakers viewed the situation as serious violation of constitutional provisions and extant laws, which negate the principles of separation of powers.
What we discovered during the process is that some of them are even operating without laws. For example, Lagos State's Planning and Environmental Monitoring Agency, they are operating without law.
We have some government agencies where government ties our commitment in terms of bonds and documents. And sometimes when they are called to the House for confirmation or for oversight, they let us understand that they are not under us and we cannot conduct such supervision.
Some legislators believe that appointees who did not go through the legislative screening and confirmation processes should be stopped from occupying their present positions.
Anybody who wants to take positions knows that he's owing public trust and must be able to stand and appear for scrutiny.
There are those who see the situation as an insult to the legislative arm of government and a threat to probity and accountability in governance.
We are appropriating money for you to spend. This is public funds that you are spending, and we don't even know you. Lastly, they don't even respect this honorable house because they have not appeared before us.
When we look at what we resolve to on 1C, that direct the Accountant General to stop the payment of salaries and all those things, those ones that they have collected, they must refund it, since they did not follow the due process.
Speaker Right Honorable Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa said the head of service who continues to issue appointment letters without recourse to the legislature bears full responsibility for the violation.
That to call on the governor to direct the same head of service to withdraw the letters issued to them and stop them from parading themselves as head of any of these agencies.
He therefore directed that the head of service, Bode Ago, will be summoned to appear and provide explanations. In Lagos, Musa Tolian, NTA News.
Channel 10 News will now go on a short break, but we'll be back shortly with more stories.
For a space to ignite your creativity, NTA Lagos Channel 10 studio provides the answer. Our studio is spacious and fully equipped with modern broadcasting equipment suitable for your programs and competitions. For recording and production of kiddies programs, spelling bee competitions, participatory rehearsals, programs and live performances, NTA Lagos Channel 10 studio provides the ideal environment to bring your vision to life. Our team of professionals are dedicated to help you achieve your goals, provide expert guidance, and support every step of the way. Contact us today to book your session at an affordable and discounted rate and let your creativity shine. For more inquiries, please call the following numbers: 0816-008-7357, 006-286-9030, and 0812-324-5519. NTA Lagos Channel 10 Studio, where creativity meets excellence.
Nta 10, station for excellence.
Welcome back. The 2025 tax reforms that produced new tax laws have been described as the most audacious in national history, with President Tinubu given credit for pursuing the reforms with courage despite initial resistance. Former Speaker, House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara, who stated this at the inaugural Distinguished Parliamentarian Lecture of the House of Representatives Press Corps, urged the federal government to ensure transparent